Education in the 13 colonies was much different than it would have been today. The children only learned reading, writing, simple math, poems, and prayers. Children had to recite their lessons until they memorized them because paper was so scarce. The three most common books schools used were the Bible, a Premier, and a hornbook. A Premier was a textbook that many early Americans used. It included the alphabet, vowels, consonants, and double letters. It also contained religious poems, acronyms, and moral lessons. One of the most common prayers that came from it was, "Now I lay me down to sleep, I pray thee, Lord, my soul to keep, and if I die before I wake, I pray thee, Lord, my soul to take." Kids often learned to read from a hornbook, which wasn't really a book at all. It was a sheet of paper mounted on a board that had a handle. It contained the alphabet in capital and in small letters. It also had common prayers on it. In all of the colonies, the education system was heavily based upon religion. However, there were a few differences between them. In the New England colony, it was based upon Christianity. Children learned to read so that they could read the Bible. In the Middle colonies, they only taught about one religion. If you were Catholic, you learned only about the Catholic religion. Also in the Middle colonies, most of the schools were private. In the Southern colonies, children were taught at home by their parents or by private tutors. As the children grew older, their schooling prepared them for life on the plantation. Most boys were able to continue studying advanced subjects, but girls were taught their duties as the mistress of a plantation. The typical school day for boys started around 7 a.m. They had a male tutor and had several breaks throughout the day. They studied higher math, Greek, Latin, science, celestial navigation, which means navigating ships by the stars, geography, history, fencing, social etiquette, and plantation management. When they graduated grammar school, the sons of wealthy planters often were sent to boarding schools in England. Others would return home to help their fathers run the plantation. School days for girls were very different. They were taught by a governess and learned only enough reading, writing, and arithmetic to read their Bibles and be able to record the household expenses. Girls did not have the opportunity to go to England for a higher education because this was not considered important for them. As we have learned, life in the colonial era was quite different from our own lives. How would you feel if you were alive during this time? Would you like school? How were things different? Were they equal? What would your role be?